What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for Citigroup with the ticker symbol C. This was a viewer's request, and thank you for your donation. I will first be going over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. So the dominant technical pattern for Citigroup for the longest time was a range pattern since about, you could say, about 2017. That's kind of like when the range started. You see that price was mostly just going up and down, and finally it looks like it's starting to break out higher. So it did break out of this prior resistance at the 65.64. You can see that when price was at that level, it was barely above it, and then it collapsed lower. It happened right over here in 2020. It happened right over here in 2021. And now look what happened. This was a clear indicator that we were probably going to be breaking out higher. When price came to that level, it found resistance. It sold off, but price recovered, and then it went up higher. It hit the resistance level again, but the selling pressure was weak, and this time we were making higher lows into a resistance level, which means we could potentially break out, and that's what happened. So price did break out. Looks like there's a gap that can be filled, this empty space between these two candles, between November 4th, or excuse me, November 5th and November 6th. There's a gap between those two candles. So we could see a pullback. That's where we're getting right now. I think when price pulls back, there's a good chance it will find support at this level of $65 level for higher prices. That's also where the trend line is currently at, that price has been bouncing off of or being supported by. So it's showing that the bulls are making higher lows, represented by this trend line. So there's a good chance once we come over here, we'll probably see another higher low for higher prices. So where is it headed if we go higher? Well, we can use a measure move target. If this was the prior impulse size of the bulls, this could be the next size up to the 78.92 level. So the high 70s is the target for this breakout. I think it looks like it can get there. And if we exceed that, we can use a measure move target of the range, and doubling the range will take us to 95. So those are my two targets to the upside. As long as we see price, let me go and move this back down. This was at 95. So as long as we see price stay outside of this yellow box, I think we're going to see higher prices. Because price could fail, we could just see aggressive selling, and it could break that trend line. It could get back in the yellow box, and that would not be a good sign. That would tell me price is weak, and it can continue trending down lower. But until then, this is looking bearish, meaning we find support here, and then we continue moving up higher. So that's what's likely to set up as. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. Here's a look at the weekly chart. You can see that it's been sold off quite drastically in here in 2007, 2008, into early 2009. But since then, price has been slowly recovering. It's been making higher highs, higher lows since 2009, where it bottomed. We can draw a channel, represent those highs and lows. You can see that it's doing some sort of wave pattern higher, and it's headed towards the top side of the channel, which makes sense because that was the prior resistance, which can be future resistance as well. So it's headed towards the top side of this yellow channel right over here, which coincides with the measure move target. So a lot of times these things align. You don't have to look at 20 different things because a lot of times they will align anyway. So it's headed higher, and I'm expecting the breakout to succeed in the short term, and then we'll see what happens when I think there's a good chance of getting towards that $78 level. So watch what happens when it pulls back to the $66, $65 level. We need to see it maintain support, and then if we see aggressive buying, I think the next target would be the $78 level. But unless something changes, that is the course to focus on. That's all I have for Citigroup on the daily and weekly charts. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.